Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Had to get up a little bit early this morning because I needed to do my video, get it going, because I'm going to, with my son, my 17-year-old, he was invited to go by a college baseball coach to go and pitch for him. So this could be interesting, and we'll see what happens. Kid has worked his butt off. You kids out there, you've never seen anybody who has more no give up in them than this kid. This kid, every single day, at least one or two times a day, he's working out and he's stretching and he's long tossing and doing all the stuff you would do to try to throw a baseball harder. He's obsessed. In fact, I was listening to the Arnold Schwarzenegger book recently, and I told my son, I said, if you want to listen to somebody who did it, listen to that guy. I'm going to make him listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger's book, actually while we drive to see this coach, because it's an unbelievable story. This guy that comes out of nowhere looking at muscle magazines and decides he's going to the United States. He's going to figure out how to become a bodybuilder, Mr. Universe, and then become a movie star. It's like impossible odds. Check it out. We've got ourselves a market. Bitcoin's leading the way. And folks, listen to me. If you've never heard me say this before, I've been through, since 2013, I can't even count the number of these that I've been through. Every single time, Bitcoin surges first, and then and I think that this is the big one. If you ever watched Sanford and Sons, I can't remember the dad's name, but it was Red Fox played the dad in that show, and he was always threatening that he's having a heart attack, and this is the big one. Well, this is going to be the big one. I think that I think the powers that be knew that they were going to collapse this fake U.S. market into a new market because they've destroyed it with all this debt and everything. And I believe that maybe initially they wanted Bitcoin to be like a life raft for people. But ultimately it's going to be the one I've been telling you for years. It's going to be the ones that are going to have real utility. So they might allow Bitcoin to live for a little while, but I'm going to show you everything, because what's good for Bitcoin right now is going to ultimately be good for all of these things. Many people have asked me, this guy lays it out. This guy's a car dealership guy is what he calls himself. He's got 420,000 followers, and he's apparently is an expert in the car markets. Many people have asked me as to why I haven't commented on concerning the auto loan data that just came out. In case you haven't heard, the percentage of subprime auto borrowers 60 days past due on loans hit a record 6.1% in September. This marked the highest delinquency rate of all time, above the 6.6% mark in 1994 and 5% in 2008. Truthfully, it's taken me a couple days to digest. I'm concerned, but my concerns go way beyond the car market. I'm concerned about people that are struggling to keep up with their bills. I'm concerned about families that will lose their means of transportation. I'm concerned about our economy. Most of all, I'm concerned about the future of our country. I wish I could post about improving loan performance, fiscal discipline, or positive outlook, but that just isn't the case right now. I'm an optimist by nature. Deep down, I believe there's a way out of this mess. But I'd be lying if I said the trends aren't keeping me up at night right now. Well, we've known that this day was coming for a long time. Here's Zero Hedge WW3 fears trigger American panic buying of 5.56 ammo. Prices surged 39% in a week. People are getting scared out there, folks. Traditionally, when that happens, where do they go? Gold. You know the drill. Go to my sponsor, Miles Franklin. The code is DAI Gold. The link's in the description. You know what to do. All right, now check this out. There's this coin market cap. Let me hit the old refresh button. I'm going to go down. Bitcoin is up 12.82% over the last 24 hours. Look at Ethereum, sponsored by the country that starts with a C, and this one probably too. XRP up 3.53%. So, folks, the money has always kind of flowed in here, and then it works its way down to the real digital assets that are going to have utility. Okay? Now, then we've got this. This is where we're at here. This is where I'm at. And for my next trick, XRP lags Bitcoin moves. The last impulsive move we had from XRP following a Bitcoin pump was 5 times the size. That would give us a target of 90 cents to $1.35 within the next 3 weeks. Weekly RSI looking explosive. It could be a bumpy ride. I'm ready. While all eyes are on Bitcoin, folks, this is the time to really be staring at some of these digital assets like XRP that are going to have real utility. This is the time. So let's look at what all has happened in Bitcoin for the last 24 hours. I think we'll get to why people are starting to buy. Public funds saw 43 million inflow into Bitcoin today. That's 10% of year-to-date total in one day. 310 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated in the past 24 hours. U.S. court confirms grayscale ruling, says SEC must re-review the bid for spot Bitcoin ETF. I think the reason that the pump started is partially because of this, but the other part was this. And I think this may be the bigger part. The iShares Bitcoin Trust, I think that's the BlackRock Bitcoin, or what's going to be the BlackRock thing, has been listed on the DTCC, Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which clears NASDAQ trades. And the ticker will be IBTC. Again, all part of the process of bringing ETF market. All right? This right here is what I think really set it off, because people saw this and said, uh-oh, this thing's happening. I like Cameron Winklevoss's quote here: the window to buy pre-IPO Bitcoin is rapidly closing. Well, the window for pre-IPO XRP is the one I'd be focused on, but hey, Bitcoin, good for Bitcoin. I think that'll be good for all the market, but we shall see. Okay, and then we had, and by the way, look at this underneath Cameron Winklevoss. He says, your exchange is down, dude. Then this says, Gemini DCG sued by New York for alleged $1.1 billion crypto fraud. I would feel sorry for this guy if I did not know that the Winklevoss's history with XRP, even though I think they did, or they either said, I can't even remember now if they did list XRP. I don't even know if they did. They said they might. They may have just been being jerks and didn't. I don't remember. James Phelan, breaking. Judge Torres signs order officially dismissing the case against Brad and Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. So that's a done deal. Now, I want to show you this, and this is where I'll probably, no, I won't stop here. I've got one more thing. But an attack on FTX that siphoned roughly $477 million in digital assets just as it entered bankruptcy last year is showing a stronger possibility of being connected to Russia, new research shows. Well, anytime you hear from our lying, and I do mean lying media, anytime you start to hear a narrative about Russia, go ahead and start thinking about the country that starts with a C. Because if we've learned anything, we've learned that every time they bring up the country with the R, it's actually the country with the C that's doing stuff, or that they're working with, okay? Let's stop having our intelligence insulted here. Speaking of, Jon Stewart's show has been canceled by Apple. He said the potential show topics related to the country that starts with a C, who we don't say on this channel anymore, and artificial intelligence were causing concern among Apple executives, a person with knowledge of the meeting said. Now, folks, this right here is what we're about to, I'm about to show in my members only group. Back when the pandemic happened, there was a very interesting phenomena that happened on YouTube that I noticed, and it had to do with that country that started with a C. There started to be all kinds of, you could call them rebel groups, started showing up on YouTube. It was people that were against it all. And I noticed it during the pandemic. They were coming out and they were saying things. That's as far as I'll go. But in what I'm about to show you, I found one of those that has just popped up again on YouTube, okay? In my member group, and you can become a member at daixrp.com. I'm about to show you these things. They pop up, and then from what I've seen, they eventually disappear. But they're like rebel factions that are trying to get the truth out, and you got to see this because it's kind of creepy when you watch them actually. But go to daixrp.com. And so now I'm leaving the YouTube and we're going into the member group. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button if you want. And if you're interested in the takedown of evil in the United States and the world, join daixrp.com because you'll find out what the truth is. Thanks for listening.